Hey guys, what's up? I'm Kate Whitaker, freelance producer and presenter, and I'm joined to you in lockdown with Youth Music to interview some of my very good friends who DJ and produce music about their lockdown experience. Today I'm joined by the incredible Arj and Jakob. Hello guys!
My name's Arj, I'm 25. I went to uni with Kate actually. I'm still there because I'm on a long course called medicine. But like in my spare time, I'm pretty much like as Jakob is, DJing, and I'm getting up to like various things, and like we've been on and off DJing together for a while now, since like university days. And yeah, we've just been getting up to stuff. Hopefully we can talk about that later.
Hello, I'm Jakob, I'm 22 and also went to same uni as Kate and Arj. And yeah, as Arj said, we DJed a lot together back in uni, and now uni is over, I'm focusing more on music because I did music at university. But with lockdown, it's been a lot more relaxed, there's a lot less to do, but I'm trying to find other things to do in the meantime.
The creativity's really come out in lockdown, I feel.
It really has.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That brings us really nicely onto our first question, guys. It's kind of like everyone's lockdown, I feel like, is different. Obviously, it's different depending on where you live and what your experience is and what your situation is. But I think we can all kind of agree in the music and creative industry, it seems to be a bit of a positive in terms of you have time on your own to kind of work your craft, and you have time to kind of perfect your talent. Have you guys found that? How are you kind of finding the whole lockdown experience in terms of your music?
Well, for me, it's worked out really well because I just returned home because I just finished the masters in December, home, and just at home all the time. All the time spare has been spent on just really making music whenever I'm not doing anything else. So it's been really good.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I'm same as Jakob. Like my course was like pretty much full time, and then like now it's all distance learning. So basically, we have so much more free time, and me and Jakob both like pretty creative people. We want to like get ourselves out there a bit. So like I've just been like because Ableton, which is a music software, is like free for like 78 days or 108 days or something like that. So it's pretty much opened like a lot of people's possibilities up. So I've just been experimenting on there and like trying to get some tricks done, like see it take, but it's a big learning curve. So like
Yeah, for sure. How are you guys finding your routine? How are you kind of filling your day with music? Are you producing music? Are you mixing? What genres are you making? Jakob, how's it been for you? What kind of music are you making right now, would you say?
Basically, I've been working for quite a while on a DJ set to put out there. Arj, actually, I saw Arj a few times. He's been doing some live sets and stuff. So I thought, oh yeah, that's quite a good idea. I want to do something like that as well. So I've spent a good amount of lockdown trying to perfect one set. I've been doing that, and then the rest of the time I've been trying to like learn more techniques of production, because that's what I'm trying to go into now, like composing of one kind or the other, either for like electronic music or for film and stuff. So been mainly working on 50% just like producing or like perfecting how to produce in a better way, and then the other percent just trying to get this one set out. We're unlike Arj, who's got
this goes back to the days when we were at uni, right? Because me and Jakob were trying to do literally one set for about a year. Because the Present, which was like the main music venue in York, like they wanted us to do a set, and then me and Jakob were like adamant on getting it absolutely perfect. Yeah. And we ended up like rehearsing it like 50 times during the whole year, and to this day, like this is the thing with sets. You want it to be perfect, and then it's never perfect. So I feel
it's when you're not looking for it is when it
that is so true. I've just started, and it's when you kind of just go, I'm just gonna wing this, put that there, and you're like, oh, hang on a minute, whoa, that sounds amazing. I was gonna ask you guys, what does your creative process entail? Because I know you guys, you've performed, obviously we're really good friends, you performed at a lot of our pre's, shall we say, and how do you kind of prepare for that? I know a lot of the time you just kind of go, right, yeah, this sounds good, because you're both really knowledgeable about music, but how do you prepare for a set in terms of, you know, what songs you're going to play and what the genre is and the vibe?
fortunately everyone's drunk at 3, so it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
But also like I guess like wouldn't you agree, Jacob? Like it kind of depends on the crowd we're hanging with. Like there's a definite like drum and bass side, and then there's a definite like house and disco side.
Yeah.
So in terms of lockdown then, how are you guys finding it? How has it impacted you personally in your music and your ability to perform at sets and clubs and things?
Like obviously the like no nightling at the moment, and like I guess it's diverted all. It's actually like a really interesting thing that's happened, because everyone has kind of become bedroom DJs suddenly.
Yes.
And like everyone is doing live streams, but also the live streams have like become like a real thing, like something that they weren't before the lockdown.
Yeah.
Like no one used to tune in on live stream, not really before lockdown. Now like everyone is like, there's literally like set lists of live streamers going around, which is like become the new thing. Like it's kind of work from home. You can progress your music at home as well. It's really good because I am still thinking about that one set that I'm planning to do. But it's really don't plan it. Like
you have a lot of
talking about. Just don't plan it. Just do it.
That is true.
Yeah, you're good enough. You got this. I completely agree. Obviously, there's a lot of people in lockdown now looking at people doing live streams and thinking, oh, I can do that. I can learn to DJ. How would you kind of, if there's a young person our sort of age that's wanting to kind of get into DJing and learn some tracks and learn how to mix, what advice would you kind of give them on how to start and just where to begin in this minefield that is DJing?
Well, we pretty much had no equipment when we started, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I started on Arjun's equipment, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Actually, we're just borrowing a friend's and then learning from just listening to other people and how they put together different music so it works in a coherent way. But
also like if you're someone who's just started mixing, like Kate, you've just started DJing, right? Like you already know how addictive it is. Like as soon as you start doing it, you're hooked. Yeah. So like
as soon as you get one good song mixed together, you get that like, wow, it's worked so well together, and you're locked in.
Yeah, even if you get like 10 seconds that sounds all right, you're like, oh my god, I'm a professional now. I'm going to do this all day, every day. It's so addicting. So it's interesting, Jacob, that because I know you started on our just decks and we all share decks at pre's and things. So it really isn't about having really expensive equipment, is it? You can start off, using a free trial, using a £100 deck.
Well, before, I don't know what Arj and what
mine was some like real like old school ones which are like almost like Playmobil decks compared to like what we've got now.
Well, my other friends, our other friends, they had Newmarks, didn't they? And they started on Newmarks, and we sort of played on those a bit. So I'd say go for Newmarks of some kind. The ones that Arj and I both got at the same time were the Mixed Track Platinums. Newmark Mixed Track Platinum, and those have gone really well. Although you've recently, what decks did you get?
I got the Pioneer 200, I believe, the DJ Pioneer 200. Is that the right one?
Pioneer is always a good
Those are nice.
Yeah, like £150, and it does the job. It lets you mix, it lets you do other things, and it's great. And it's not too spenny. I know there's a lot of places you can go to as well to like rent equipment. So it's pretty easy. So in terms of, DJing and the whole creative industry right now, anyone that's interested in music, how do you, just to finish off, how do you recommend spending your lockdown wisely? Do you think people should just mix and get things out there and just go for it, or just listen to playlists back to back all day? How would you recommend people spend lockdown in a musical way?
Maybe like a balance between the two, because I'm sort of being tipped on the one side of been listening to lots and lots of different sets, which has been delaying putting out more stuff. And I feel the best way is just to throw it out there. And the more you put out, the more you get better at what you're doing. And it sort of pushes you to actually get better because you're put onto it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Arj, you agree? Yeah.
No, I totally agree with that. Just like exactly like Jacob said, like do what you're into, and like just I guess. Because like when I started Ableton, because I've started doing Ableton, like it was really, really difficult. Just know that like basically YouTube is the only guide you need. If you have like any difficulty, just like YouTube tutorial is like how I learned basically everything on Ableton. And like, I guess just follow like what you're passionate about. Like if you love techno, mix techno. If you love like drum and bass, mix drum and bass. If you just love like an instrument, just like you can literally order an instrument. I've literally ordered an instrument. I've got it and I'm learning. Can
you show us your instrument? I feel like everyone would love to see on your instrument. And we've also forgot what it's called.
No, like it's a fairly new creation. Like it's just made in like the last 2 years. But it's like based on like the Jamaican steel drums, like the marimbas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically based on like the different parts around it are like different notes. So like the middle note is the most deepest. So it's like, and then like it goes ascending like left to right. So it goes like. Like you just, I'm an absolute newbie as well. So like I'm literally YouTube tutorialing. I can't say the word now.
YouTube.
I'm YouTubing it all basically,
yeah.
And that's how I'm learning. So I guess my advice is that like don't be put off by some like guy who's really really good on something. Like you can literally just work your way up there.
Exactly. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I completely agree. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to chat to me today, and everyone at Youth Music. It's been really great to hear about how you guys are keeping busy in lockdown, and I very much look forward to DJing with you very soon. Bye!